Okay. I know it's not like the most viable live I've done on here, but I pretty much thought that, oh, well, I haven't done a live in so long, I should do one. The game with MW2, I made a short, I published it, it's uploading right now, or at least it should be. I don't know what to think of the game anymore. I don't know if I should continue playing it or if I should just uninstall it. I really don't know what to do in that situation. Let me see if it'll actually just. No, it's not gonna sit up right there. It'll go right here. Perfect view. Okay, there we go. But yeah, for whatever reason, I can't fathom the game anymore. I tried giving the game chances day after day after day after day when I have played it. I have tried to do ranked, I've tried to do DMZ, I've tried to do all of these things to at least have fun with the game and make videos or stream or whatever I do. I would try doing that. The whole thing with the game now is if you don't have Twitter, you're not going to see the uploads with patch notes. You're not going to see what they're supposedly adding in or what they're not. Because there's been so many times I would look at the patch notes, I would look at what they actually added in, and it would add up in my head a certain way with whether if they fix something in DMZ, Warzone, or multiplayer. They pretty much know what they're doing with the game. It's just gonna be money based, so it doesn't matter. I mean, Con, what's up? But at this point, if people don't know already, like, yeah, it's about money, but I've never heard so many people say, oh, Infinity Ward is mainly just wanting people to buy the packs. They're just wanting people to buy a whole bunch of shit and not even look at the actual sole purpose of the game. And it doesn't make any sense to me. I could see if it was a better multi-million-dollar company that was making good content as far as games. I could see if they actually cared about a certain community that decided to evolve over time, with especially streamers being a big part of that. Streaming, giving their whole opinion on what needs to be added, what doesn't. And it's like for Jev and Merc Music, all those big people that stream Call of Duty, that make videos for Call of Duty, they pretty much know what they need to do to pretty much get their stuff out there, and hence them having a following. Me, I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna hop on, hopefully meet new people. If it happens, great. If it doesn't, at least it'll be there when I pretty much don't stream anymore. Um, but yeah, I'm really getting on the verge of uninstalling MW2. Me going on to Twitter to even get a hold of Infinity Ward or any sort of streamer to even get like a mild hearing from them, it does not matter. Like, if you don't have that giant following to where they'd want to collab with you, it's like you're not going to get that sort of attention to be able to get your opinion out there. Because it makes sense with what I've been saying with these games. Call of Duty as a whole, really. Ever since they added Vanguard and MW2, especially MW2. They made it to where, one, it was mainly just money based. You can buy packs that were pay to win, especially with some guns on Cold War. I've seen people buy pay to win, good for you. But especially with Black Ops 2, yeah, you had certain packs for zombies, just DLC content. The whole thing with everything being free supposedly every update doesn't make any sense. Because you look at someone who has been playing Call of Duty since the olden days with the very first Call of Duty, and you give them a game like MW2, what we have now, they're not going to look at Call of Duty and look at MW2 and be able to even hold on a comparison with any single, with like really any one person. It's just not going to happen. You're pretty much going to think, oh, well, yeah, the very first Call of Duty is okay, but MW2 is way better because of all the content they really have in that game. One, I have noticed this a lot, and I have recorded this. With MW2, you should not have to worry about your connection being all funky after update day. Either they're adding way too much content into the game at once, or something's happening to where either data's getting corrupted within the game file, whatever they're editing and updating, or just whatever. You shouldn't have to worry about that. It's like that's kind of what separates the very first Call of Duty game up until, let's see, when was the very last Call of Duty game that actually meant something? Besides the remasters, I think Infinite Warfare was probably the last game that was made that didn't really go based off of how many packs you could buy. Like, it was mainly like a secondary Black Ops 3 game. Plunder is kind of fun. Oh yeah, Plunder. Oh, I was wanting to play that too. It's like they got rid of it for no reason. When yet again in Modern Warfare 2019 they had that added in right away. I'm pretty sure if I was to install that game it would still be there. Because at least whoever had major control over that game didn't do the same thing that is going on with MW2. Like, even with Cold War and Vanguard, like, the only thing that was good with those games is that you had Shipment 24/7 and Das Haus 24/7. And you could switch off. Plunder is still there. And then I might have to try out some Plunder then. See if that's any good anymore. Because with these games, it's like there's not much of a point to even have them installed anymore. Because of how shitty they can really get with update day, with getting rid of Shipment 24/7, with getting rid of solos in Warzone, with getting rid of duos in Warzone. Pointless shit that never should have been gotten rid of. Or removed, I should say. Same difference, I guess. But I just can't fathom why, for the longest time, with certain updates, like, it would be like every week they would get rid of a playlist, or like a certain mode that would matter to a few players. Like, say if you only have like one or two friends, and they hop on at different times, you're like, okay, I'm gonna do duos with this friend, he's gonna hop off. Okay, my other friend's on, I'm gonna do duos with him. You can't do that when they get rid of duos, or they even get rid of trios. I think for the longest time there wasn't like a quads playlist in the Warzone stuff, because they ended up getting rid of it, or they haven't added it yet. It's like with the I think it was called Definitely Warzone or something. It was something along those lines, but it was the low gravity Warzone, and they only kept that around for a few days maybe, and then they got rid of it. I don't even know why they would have. Like, I can fathom getting rid of Shipment 24/7. You don't want everyone to be just stuck on one playlist. Because I'm pretty sure if they were to keep that around and get rid of everything else, people will be okay with it, but yet not. Like, keep Quick Play, but keep only Shipment 24/7 in. Kind of wonder what that would do. Kind of makes me wonder a little bit. But then again, it's like it just is what it is. Because games are never going to be what they used to be. But you'd think it would be better. And so many people have said, oh, well, MW2 is kind of behind its time because there's already been way better Call of Duty games than the MW2 that we have now. And the only thing I can even say anymore is pretty much whoever has really said that couldn't be any more right. And if anything, that's kind of sad when you pretty much have people that are... I wouldn't even say wasting time. It's like a whole thing. I'd probably say it as, oh, well, trying out a game that is most likely going to fail. Yet people look at others and they pretty much see, oh, hey, the game's kind of fun. It's kind of okay. We're going to give it a try. But, lo and behold, it's shit. The game doesn't play like how it really should. You can have some of the best consoles for it. Like with the PS5, that's meant to be the best console right now to play any game on. Besides having the TV or whatever to amplify the experience that you could potentially have. It's just like, besides that. Well, if anything, I probably should have just ended up streaming on the system instead of... instead of me doing a live like I am on here. Because hell, at least with this game, it's fun. But for those of you that still play Call of Duty, if it is still good to you guys, go ahead and play the game. I'm not going to really sit here and be like, oh, well, you shouldn't be playing Call of Duty at all, or whatever a person can really twist with that. It's really dark in your room. Yeah, it's probably because of the lighting, because I thought that me playing this game would be somewhat better. Yeah, I pretty much figured I haven't gone live, so I'm just like, I might as well should do at least one of these. Because I did have the game paused, and that's what was giving like the blue aura of light. But kind of pretty much besides what you said with them adding plunder and everything, that's pretty much okay that they added it. I don't know, like the only buzzkill for me that kind of did me in was with Warzone when they got rid of solos, duos, and for a while we didn't have quads. Yeah. Okay. Just gotta go over here. But yeah, Plunder between Plunder and Gunfight, that might be the only reason why I'd play Call of Duty. If they were to ever get rid of Plunder or Gunfight, that would honestly be the day where I would just quit playing it. It's like at this point, I would rather just go to Cold War, play that game. You can play the campaign as many times as you want. Zombies was fun. Fucking multiplayer was decent, especially in the beta. That game was really good in the beta. Everything now that they're releasing for these games. Hell, I really still think they should have just added a remaster to MW2 remastered. They could have just done that. I don't know. I figured I'd do a short little live. I might try to add some hashtags. Kind of wonder if anyone else is going to be watching this live or not. Kind of intrigued to see all that, but yeah.